Get Canada PR in 6 months. You read about it, you researched about it, watched so many videos around that, prepared for IELTS, dreamt of moving and settling in Canada. Eventually, after that, COVID happened and 2021 happened, which is probably the biggest roadblock for all those people dreaming about Canada. Because this year, Canada hasn't conducted even a single FSW draw, and since last 1 month, they haven't even conducted a CEC draw. So is your Canadian dream over? Or should you start looking for other options? Which all options? Who all people should seriously think about other options instead of waiting for an all-program draw now? So we'll be talking all about that in this video. If you're interested, stay tuned. So Canada hasn't conducted any all-program draw since the start of 2021, and there's so many people who are eagerly waiting for it, only to get disappointed every alternate week. Almost all the immigration gurus, consultants, lawyers, YouTubers, bloggers, everyone was expecting that they would at least conduct one draw, at least by the month of September, because we were expecting that they would conduct it maybe after the vaccination reaches a particular level. Maybe they would actually do it after they announced Canada's reopening for tourists. Maybe they would do it after certain restrictions are lifted. But so many restrictions have been lifted now. Life is getting back to normal, but they haven't conducted a single FSW draw this year. Now in the remaining part of this year, there's a scope of probably 5 to 6 more draws. And during this time, would they actually conduct an all-program draw? It is definitely good to be hopeful, but looking at the trends, it does not seem so that they would be conducting an express entry all-program draw at least till the end of this year, because since last 1 month, they've stopped conducting the CEC draws as well. So probably they have completed their quota for this year, and they're only allowing the PNP candidates, because anyways they would be getting the PR down the line. So they're just allowing those 500 to 600 candidates every alternate week to get the ITA. But even if they conduct a CEC draw in the upcoming weeks, there's a very slight chance, that's my personal opinion, mind it, there's a very slight chance that they would actually conduct the all-program draw. You can actually expect some miracle maybe towards the start of the next year. You can definitely expect it, but again, I don't want to comment on it. There might be many people out there whose IELTS is about to expire because its validity is only for 2 years, and there would be many people who would actually be losing points because of their ages. If you're below 30, then you are in a safe zone, but if you're touching 30, maybe your birthday is in the month of November, December, then you're certainly in trouble, because you'll obviously lose points. Whenever they conduct the all-program draws, you can certainly expect the cutoff scores would be very high for the first few draws, and then they would drop, but you cannot expect them to drop much below 470. That has been a standard since last couple of years. So anyone above 470 is in a safe zone. Yes, you can afford to wait if you are not losing points because of your age or any other factor in the upcoming months. So if you're above 470 and your score is also going to stay above 470, maybe in the next 6 months as well, then you're in the green zone. Hopefully, whenever they conduct the express entry draws, you will get the ITA sometime or later. But if you are below 470, or maybe you are above 470 now, but because of your age or any other factor, your points would be reducing in the upcoming months, then you are in that amber zone. And all those people who have a score of 465 or even lesser, or maybe you would be losing points in the upcoming months so that your score would automatically be reduced, then you are certainly in the red zone. And it is time that you should think of alternative options. I would say if you don't look for other options, yes, it is very close to getting over until unless there's some miracle happens. Guys, I'm not trying to discourage anyone, but it's the fact, you should accept it. If you're in that red zone or maybe in that amber zone as well, then you should start thinking of alternative options if you want to come to Canada and settle here. So if you really desperately want to move abroad, maybe Canada, then it is high time that you start thinking about different options. First option, obviously, if you want to get the Canadian PR, you have to get your CRS score improved. Maybe you want to get it above 470. That's the safe zone, so that even if in the next few months they conduct the all program draws, you actually get the ITA maybe after a few draws. So couple of ways of doing it. If you want to increase your CRS score, maybe you are at CLB 9 in IELTS, which means 8,999, 9 in listening and 8 in the other 3 modules. So maybe you would like to step up, you would like to go to CLB 10 now to improve your scores. That is one way of doing it. Then another way might be about learning French. We've talked about these few points in the previous video, so I don't want to talk about it in length. But yes, if you learn French, then obviously you can actually improve your CRS score as well after you get a respectable score in TEF or TCF exams. I know talking about it and suggesting it is very easy, but improving your English from CLB 9 to CLB 10 is totally a different game altogether. Also, learning French from 0 to a competitive level is also very tough. But guys, desperate times calls for desperate measures. These are only some of the options. Apart from that, you can get a job offer. I don't want to talk about that. It's very, very difficult to get a job offer from Canada, so I don't want to talk about that. Maybe you can actually try to get a PNP. Think seriously about the PNP programs. Maybe until now you had a score of 465 or maybe around 470 and you were quite complacent about it. You were not even thinking about the PNP programs. Now it's time that you actually think about the PNP programs. I'm trying to make a video on PNP, all those PNP programs which actually offer PNP invitations without a job offer. Those are the most crucial ones. So probably that video would be coming out soon. So yes, these are some of the options through which you can actually improve your CRS score in next few months. I'm not saying it would happen in the next 2 or 3 months, but maybe in the 4 or 5 months you can try and do that. Okay, now that was the first point about improving your CRS score to get the Canada PR. But if Canada is not an option, then you have other options around the world. If you don't have a special connection with Canada, then you can definitely think about other options like Australia. I know getting the Australian PR is even more difficult, but then other options like some countries in Europe. You know, you can think about UK, you can think about US, Dubai, Singapore. There are many countries actually where you can actually immigrate, not get the PR directly, but you can immigrate and then you can eventually, you know, start working towards getting your permanent residency in that country. Okay, so that was the second option. But again, if you say that I am in love with Canada, or if you have any special connection with Canada, maybe your siblings are here, maybe your close friends are here, and you want to come especially to Canada and you want to settle here, then a long route, but probably a very certain one to get the Canadian PR is to come to Canada through the study route. I've talked about it in many videos previously, guys. Try to check out those videos. But yes, it is a good option to come to Canada on the study permit. Again, I know suggesting it is pretty easy, but when you are at the age of 30, maybe you're married, maybe you have kids, it is very difficult to actually think about starting studying once again. It is very difficult to actually collect all of that money that would actually go into your tuition fees and do all of that struggle, start living the student life once again. But guys, if you have to come to Canada and if your score is pretty low, then probably that is your best bet at the moment. It is not at all easy to get the Canadian PR like it was 4 years ago. It is very difficult to get the Canadian PR nowadays. I'll provide a link to that video where I talked about this alternative of coming to Canada through the study route. We talked about multiple options, so you can actually watch out that video. I'll provide the link in the description box below. But guys, yes, it's high time, it's really high time that you think about those alternatives. If your score is 470 or below, or maybe in the upcoming months your score is going down, below 470, then you should definitely think about any of those options if you really want to settle abroad. So thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. I wanted to keep this video pretty short, but when we talk in detail, it gets difficult to keep it short. But I would like to end this video now with a suggestion that you should actually think about other options if your score is lower and if you're sincere about moving abroad. Thanks again for watching this video.